Hey everyone, we finally got Early Access 6 update for Tiebreak. Unfortunately, the patch notes provided by developers are very scarce in details on what has actually changed in the game. And so I thought it will be useful to make a video listing all the changes and additions that I have noticed. So far I have played approximately 15 matches, so maybe I haven't noticed all the changes. So in case I've missed something, let us all know in the comment section down below. Alright, let's start with the new players. Tiebreak added 8 new official players, the most significant addition being Yannick Sinner. But besides him we have Sloane Stevens, Donna Vekic, Qinwen Zheng, Paula Badosa, Matthew Ebden, Nicolas Jarry, Tommy Paul. Big Ant did great job on making them look like their real-life counterparts. Unfortunately, developers dropped the ball on animations. Most players have generic shot animations with more unique return positions. That's really disappointing, especially for a high-caliber player like Sinner. Now, let's talk about the 2 new additions from gameplay perspective. First, we got a brand new modifier with right bumper or R1. Holding this button gives us 3 new shots depending on the shot type button we use with it. We get Deep Drive, which is useful for attacking high and short balls. We also have now Heavy Slice, which is harder to get right than the default slice shot, but spins very heavily to the side and is a very powerful tool in your arsenal. And then there is a Loop Ball, which is a high arcing top spin. I'll be honest, I struggle to find its benefits in the game. Using these new moves with aggressive modifiers seems like a bad idea, by the way. And the second addition to gameplay is Ball Highlight on the floor. I personally like this addition since the ball can be sometimes hard to see. It also helps with returning serves, which feels harder now, but maybe it's just me. Unfortunately, for some reason there is no way to turn this feature off in the game's settings. Now, let's talk about all the smaller and bigger changes that I noticed in Early Access 6. First is the change to how left and right trigger preparation shots work. Using either trigger will no longer force you into forehand or backhand. Instead, these triggers have preferred shots from selected side of the player, but if you position yourself on the other side, on the wrong side, the game will adjust. I have to test it further, but seems like there's no penalty to wrong side preparation, which is weird and defeats the purpose of having separate triggers, right? Next, slices are harder to pull off. In general, slices go into the net much more than they used to. This is especially the case when you aim close to the net or place slice powered up from a low bouncing ball. This seems like a good change to me, as it was way too easy before to place powered up slice close to the net and bait the AI enemy into the net play, where they make tons of errors. Another change that I noticed is to the movement. Movement and serving are 2 biggest problems this game is facing from gameplay perspective. Before you could run super fast, left, right when holding both triggers. This was especially unrealistic with no delay in changing directions. Now there is more inertia and momentum when moving for both player and AI. It's a very good change. It adds weight to players. Scrambling seems also slower right now, which makes it less of a problem. However, my feedback about scrambling and holding both triggers simultaneously is that the developers should completely remove this feature from the game. Movement changes have couple of consequences. First, you have less room for error right now. In my first few matches, I had way more situations against AI on Expert when I am pushed into a defensive position. I have to scramble for ball way more just to return it with a very defensive shot. The second consequence is that AI players reach way less aggressive shots right now, even on expert difficulty. The difference is so significant that at first I thought I am playing on lower difficulty. Speaking about AI, it still makes a lot of mistakes at the net and with smashes. I haven't noticed any significant improvements in AI at net play at all. Drop shots are also the weakness of computer-controlled players. More often than not, they just miss them. Now, let's talk about serving. Unfortunately, there is no overhaul to serving mechanics, but there is a bit of a change since Early Access 5. It's hard to place wide slice serve now close to the net. As a result, I am unable now to ace at all against expert AI. though I am not sure how it works on lower difficulties. Moving on, volleys feel much better in Early Access 6. Slice volley goes close to the net and bounces really low. Playing volleys with flat shot button and also topspin button is much more successful right now. Volleys seem to be a powerful tool in general, especially if they implement rush to the net and approach shot in the future. You can also utilize the deep slice for volleys, which makes the ball bounce really close to the net. But it is a very risky shot. And now the last thing that I noticed, which is that with the movement changes came one new problem. You can win easily now by utilizing aggressive topspin. So far in 10 single player matches and 4 online matches, I have won easily every single match by prioritizing topspin with triggers. Basically, aggressive topspin shot in Tiebreak became what powered up flat shot is in Topspin 2K25, and that's a problem. So, these are the changes that I have noticed in Tiebreak so far with Early Access 6. Did you notice any other changes? How do you like the game right now? Let us know in the comment section. I plan to release my review of this update when I get more hours with the game. If you like this video and want to see more content from me in the future, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time and I'll see you in the next one.